The situation on the ground in Gaza is increasingly dire, and there seem to be some shifts in the way that it's discussed, as well as the way that governments around the world are responding, including here in the US. And there have been a lot of things that have been a part of this shift over the last week or so. Some of them are big shifts, like the fact that 2 Israeli human rights groups have come out with a report that bluntly accuses Israel of genocide. Some of these shifts are smaller. There was another Freedom Flotilla boat, for instance, that was intercepted in international waters last week by the IDF. But let's be real. Many people are speaking up now because there's much less of a political cost. We are watching the one day that Omar El-Akkad writes about in One Day Everyone Will Always Have Been Against This rapidly overtake us in real time. And it's a really bizarre feeling. But think about it. The people who are bearing the consequences for having spoken out early and boldly have faded from the mainstream headlines. The New York Times is running photographs of starving infants edited to look biblical, in spite of their caping for Israel for the past nearly 2 years. Far-right conspiracists, like Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, are calling it a genocide, which further exposes fractures that are on the right as well. I'll be honest. I think that a lot of these powerful people, they're largely doing this as an act of political triangulation, rather than because it's a moral thing to do with whatever power they may hold. Many of these people, thinking about the leaders of European countries, of a lot of the US senators who voted yes on Bernie Sanders' disarmament bill, they're running this grim calculus regarding Netanyahu and the Israeli government, the looming threat of how this moment is going to be remembered historically, and, frankly, Donald Trump. They want to resist just enough. They don't want to be seen as capitulating to bullies like Trump and Netanyahu, but they're also still kind of scared about seeming too full-throated in their support of Palestinian human rights. They are towing a delicate and, frankly, bullshit line. For everyday people like you and me, many of whom have been in the streets since day one, the contradiction and the duality is painful and disorienting. These members of Congress are still not our friends, but they do hold power in a broad front against Trump, MAGA, and Netanyahu. And I also think it's worth thinking about how we can use this energy to relate to everyday people who are coming around as a result of this shift in public opinion. We don't have to trust or like them either, but the fact that people, just like regular people we know in life, are changing their opinions is actually a really big deal. And there's a place for them in our broader struggle, even though it might not be at the kitchen table.